Hello, it's John Binnie. I am here at a beautiful location near the Northumberland village of Wooler, and I'm here to visit the Neolithic art at this site here. And we're just off a road, and just up here is the stone up there, which we're just going to head up and go and see. Okay, so I think this is it up here. You can feel it. You can feel the energy here. Yeah, there's a wee path here. I mean, say a path is where people have been walking. It's funny, I was expecting to have to go quite far off road. Some of these Neolithic art sites are really far away. So just before we enter the space, I'm going to ask permission to enter the space. I ask permission of the land. I ask permission of the stone, of the elementals. I ask permission of earth, of the trees and the gatekeepers to come here and to connect with you and meditate with you, please. Okay, let's go, Patch. I chose not to bring my tripod. I just felt my little handheld gimbal thing. The selfie stick, that's it. So I felt this would be easier to use. Oh my god, this is it. The energy here, wow. You know those feelings when you go to places that are very sacred? This is what this place feels like. Okay, let's show you. So here's two big holes, and then here's some art here. Give me a Patch. And it's much bigger than I expected. Excuse me, Patch. Look at this. And it seems to have a point going out there to the top. We're going to have a little walk around and explore, and then we're going to feel into them more as well and do a little meditation. So there's one here, I don't know if you can see it, so this is the center just here, and then there's a ring and another ring. Maybe I can just paint it for you with my finger, so around here, and then around here, and around here. And all this seems to be, is this natural? It doesn't look it, like there's this big, I'm not an expert, but it looks more like this is the top of a tree and there's the trunk going down the bottom there. You could see it from the road. There is something foraging around behind us. Okay, let's keep going, Patch. Let's go and see more. I must take some photos as well. Maybe we'll do a little walk around the sides as well to see. The rock itself is really fascinating energy. I'd describe it as almost like like the energy is flowing up vertically, and it causes everything to tingle in your body. Wow, this looks like a big footprint. Look at that. There's my foot. How? How is that made? Is it natural? Maybe. I don't know. So let's walk down here, Patch. I think Patch likes it. I must get some visitors here. I get the impression if you look up, other than the very noisy cows, I think they're being loaded off a trailer, is it feels like the energy goes straight up from here. It goes up here into the sky, like it floats up. I wonder if this stone is placed on a like a ley line, and that the ley line flows up vertically, and that there's art. Oh, there's quite a lot here. Look, so there's one here. You can see the swirl center here, and then these big swirls around the outside. And then there's another one here. So much. Just here in the center. And another one here. In the center, in the circle, in the circle. Part of me did wonder if they were created by, you know, some sort of creature long ago, almost like worms or something. And this one's really clear if I trace my finger around it. I haven't touched them yet. Wow, my ears just ring as I go around. This patch digs a hole. They just seem so out of time that thousands of years ago, people created these. I'm not even sure how they did it. Did they have chisels, or did they use two stones, or what did they use? I'm not a geologist, so I don't really know what sort of stone this is, but to me it seems pretty hard. A hard stone, hard rock. And back to this area. Oh, my ears are really ringing just here. What is this? I love to do a short meditation here. Just I stand here. Why are my ears ringing? Saying this is guided. This is the entrance. Just if you stand just here, it feels like these two holes are where they would put like two sticks or even two like iron rods, and they'd stand here. And the patterns seem to be, the art seems to be used for marking this location. And what seems to happen is when they create this, it's almost like it creates this resonance wave through this stone, but then across the area, especially that one in the middle that looked more like a key. Each of these are kind of like the keys to unlocking frequencies transmitted across the surrounding areas, surrounding hills. Almost like this is like a control panel. You know, you come here to tweak and tune the energetic grid of the planet, the energy flows, energy that supports life and fertility, supports the weather, river flow. It feels like this isn't the only rock in the area. It feels like there's more in the area, and it's very dark just over there. I was just being shown like there's a much darker energy behind us, and I wonder if they're like in pairs. You know, this is the kind of light one out in the open, and there's a dark one more covered. This area here seems more flattened. Where should I sit for a short meditation? Either here at the center of the tree-like formation, or on the keystone. Where was that? It's just down here, or just next to the keystone. It feels like I should just go down here. This is the keystone. What I'm calling the keystone. I haven't read anything about what other people think of this. Okay. It's also right next to where there's a large concentration of the rings. Patch must be really confused about what this is. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a short meditation here. We came here for a reason, John. We came back in this lifetime for a reason. I wonder if I've done this in a previous life. I'm just sitting on Patch's lead. Okay. So I connect a light cord from my heart to the highest dimension of source above, and then back down into my heart. And now I connect up from my heart. It's connected to source above, and I reach down all the way into the core of Mother Earth. And I connect into Mother Gaia, celebrating this beautiful place. And now from the center of my heart, I connect my light cord back up through the root of my spine into my heart once more. And I surround myself in a golden bubble of protective light, setting the intention that only energies and entities with my permission, highest good love and compassion, can see me, access me, or exist within this space or within me, and that all other energies and entities must leave the space immediately. I invite in my guides, my higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia, for guidance, clearing, healing, protection, self-love, and intuition. And through space and time, I create a golden protective bubble around this site, this sacred ancient site, with the intention that only energies and entities with my permission and patches, our highest good love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. And we ask at this time to connect with this magical place to better understand its purpose and how to best serve it at this time. I'm just calling forward the energy of the rock, the stone below me. This rock is alive. It is the living rocks that bear this art. This art is like tattoos on human skin. They act as portals, as gateways, as important symbols of the purpose of these gateways. And this art, these symbols, are also used to assist with meditation and traveling between different locations. As I said earlier, for connecting into the energetic grid of the planet and fine-tuning the area, communicating with the elementals. It's also been a place of ceremony, a place of worship and celebration, and often a place, just as we end autumn now and enter winter, it's a place of where this would also happen. Celebrations would happen at this time. As to who created them, this goes back much further than our current understanding of history. Not just thousands, but into hundreds of thousands of years ago. And yes, there are some ancient technologies from back then that are no longer understood. These were made almost like we would use our fingers at a certain frequency to draw into the rock. This is how this was done. And this is why there is much magic already here to feel into and to touch, to celebrate with your own hands, and also to feel into the magic that comes to this place, that visits often. And right now, I feel surrounded by people over hundreds and thousands of years that have created these markings here, that their souls come to celebrate this moment with me. I'd like to thank you for your art and thank you for your beauty. Thank you for this incredible site and location. I hope that I'm able to bring so much magic to our future generations, just as you have brought such magic and mystery to ours. And celebrating the art itself, it's really beautiful, much larger than I expected. And the nature around you celebrates you and protects you, protects your memory. I can hear what sounds like running water, and yet there was none earlier. It's just coming from like straight over there, almost like there's running water in the trees. And perhaps if you are a being that understands these stones or was part of creating the art and has the highest good love and compassion for all, that you'd like to show yourself to this camera, show yourself to me. I can see a figure here. It's a man, he's just standing here. He reminds me like almost dressed in what you'd expect like a Stone Age man to stand in. Long black hair. He's quite young, he's about 30 years old. Tall and strong. And he's using like a mix of English and sign language. It sounds quite a lot like light language. Orma inara umoro inara kamara unoro imara inara komorana ima ora inabakara umoronaka. He's saying yes, for every season they would come here and celebrate with new art. Oma ina oromoraka. This water sound that I heard earlier, he's saying is like it's like the flow of, almost like the flow of nature, the end of the fall of the season. And he was showing me this, like all the leaves are like flowing through the trees to the ground. What a fascinating sound. I'll definitely get a bit close to there as we pass. I'm going to go and sit in a different location now. I'm going to sit closer to the entrance and have a little walk around the outside as well. So I'm not going to close this meditation yet. Let's have a little look down here, because it was just so amazing seeing. Why don't you go, Patch? I know you like seeing Patch, so this is Patch. That path keeps going on down there, which is interesting. And there's the art here, and wow, there's a really big one there. I don't think I saw that before. It's really quite a big one. You know, the rock itself is almost like a giant mound, but it's made of rock. And it feels like one piece of rock. And earlier I was saying it's like it's been placed here, and I wasn't really sure what that meant, whether that was like a geological event or quite how it happened. But yeah, it is very beautiful. There's another one here. Another swirl here. There are. So I saw this. I'm just remembering a YouTube thumbnail. Is it something like, I can't pronounce it. I'm getting lazy with my pronunciations, but Göbekli Tepe or something. Like there's different. These patterns are in lots of different locations, and I would say this is the most visible. And it's so funny because now I'm here, you just can't hear any water. That was the funniest sensation. I'd like to just sit here for a moment, Patch. I know you're getting a bit bored, Patch, but you're doing well. So I'm just going to sit here. I just like to touch this. What is your purpose? To carve into the rock, to mark for centuries, to celebrate our people, our abilities to work with the land, and to serve as a message to others that they too can learn to connect with the land, and just being shown to, like they would cycle their fingers around like this, and it fits perfectly your finger. They also poured liquid into this as well. What's funny about the markings is that I don't really know how you create this. Like, do you bash a rock? Like, there's just no marks. Well, obviously it's weathered in some time, but there's no marks there. Some marks here, but they look more like weathering. And this area seems to be like, this immediate area seems to be where most people like walk in from the road there, and they come up onto here. And this area I saw briefly could be used to, like they put like maybe animal blood, or I don't know, it might be human blood, but they would put some sort of liquid into here and it would flow down here as well. It would help energize this area. Well, I can stay here all day. I will need to get back and find my place to sleep tonight. You can always visit you again sometime soon, but it's just been really magical. Thank you. I'd like to thank every soul that's participated in this beautiful connection and meditation at this time. So this tractor's driving by next to me. And yeah, if you have any other sites in Scotland or England that are within a few hours of driving distance, then let me know. And within a few hours of Edinburgh, and there's so many sites to visit, and just really magical, really lovely. And it looks like there's a lovely walk into the woods behind me. So yeah, I'd like to close this session down thanking guides, higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, every soul that's participated in today's session. As I close this session down, I return to Source, or never return here again. There's something very homely about this space. Earlier, like when it first turned up, the energy felt so light and felt like it constantly just rose up into the sky. I'd love to go down and look at the rock from the other side, also just paying attention to the sky. It's almost like there's a portal directly above us there. You can just about see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's like a circle that goes around like this. Oh, there's my finger, around like this. Wow, thank you. And thank you to the ancestor who appeared. Ah, that energy again, just feeling that rush of energy. This breeze feels very alive. It feels like the elements are drawn here. So wind, I just say it, wind, thank you. And also like it's about to rain, and I keep hearing the water over this direction. And the earth and the rock So beautiful. Thank you for this magical experience. Thank you for drawing me here, inviting me here. Even the path I drove here seemed very important. So thank you. We're going to explore now the surrounding area from the road. And I can imagine coming here at night or coming here during the summer would just be incredible. Okay, Patch? So a little look back as we go. It helps give a sense of perspective, especially when I've got a funny shaky camera. Wow. So much of that rock feels like it's just carved from almost like molded, like stone that's been molded. And those rocks there are a bit like steps. Okay, Patch, keep going. Come on, Patch. Patch likes the smell, so that's good. Yeah, I want to look back as we go down the road and just feel into that, what I was calling a tree shape, to understand whether it was being made, human made or otherwise. So it's just, there's the rock there. It's funny, I can see it from the road. I was so excited to see it. Oh, this looks like a path that takes you up to that side. Oh, look, and this is a feather. I don't know what feather that's from. Almost looks like maybe an owl. Owl feathers? Is it a gift? Oh, it's very kind. I don't know what to do with an owl feather. It's so soft to touch. Oh, it's beautiful. I feel like I should leave you here. So let's go up here, Patch, and see. Patch, this way. Come, Patch. So this is back towards the stone, but it's from a path lower down. Wow, it does look like that is art. So I'm going to zoom in from here. So there's my finger, like a circle around the outside, and then a line across here, zoomed in finger, and then straight down there. Promise that's my finger. It's funny how these things don't show up so well on camera, but I mean, you look at it and you just feel that it's been made with purpose. Not that nature doesn't make with purpose, but you feel the purpose. Well, thank you. Almost 30 minutes. Just so magical. And thank you to the land. Thank you for having me and giving your permission.